Okay, well, here we are on a Friday morning. So welcome to our Links family, coast to coast. Dennis Darwell, your host here, along with my privilege to have Meredith Kirk. And for you that haven't heard yet, which is probably most of you, our ministry for many, many years has been predominantly men's, but our women's ministry is growing like crazy. And we've been praying for months that the Lord would provide a national women's director to shepherd and oversee and guide our efforts with Links Fellowship. And so the Lord has brought us Meredith Kirk. So Meredith's credentials are pretty broad and pretty deep. Let me just mention a few. Meredith's been playing golf since she was a little girl. She is a Class A professional with the LPGA. She was ranked the #1 female instructor in the state of South Carolina. She's been instructing and teaching golf now for 25 years. She's married with 3 sons and a host of other things. So, Meredith, it's good to have you. I want to ask you right out of the gate 2 very simple questions. Favorite golf memory, and then, hate to do it, just ask you in a short amount of time, if you could just give us your testimony so that our Links family get to know you a little bit.
Oh, sounds good. Well, my favorite memory is when Jack Nicklaus came to Pawleys Island to celebrate the 30th anniversary at Pawleys Plantation Golf and Country Club. And as the Myrtle Beach Golf Ambassador, I've been blessed to be in media for about 12 years now. They asked me to photograph him. And so I captured an incredible picture of him standing on his signature hole, number 13 at Pawleys Plantation. And to this day, I mean, I still pinch myself that I got to take a picture of the incredible Jack Nicklaus. Really amazing experience.
Good story. Tell us a little bit about your testimony.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm originally from Atlanta, and we moved out to Colorado when I was about 7 years old. My sister is an amazing figure skater. She was on the junior world team, and she trained at the Olympic Center for about 5 years. And during that time, my family unit completely broke apart. My dad had to stay in Atlanta, and we just had a lot of challenges during those training years. And that's when golf became quite a refuge for me. So that's when I started playing competitive golf, and the good Lord used that as a means for me to continue to build my confidence and have some hope in life. And so then we moved to Myrtle Beach, the golf capital of the world, when I was an early teen. My maternal grandparents lived here, which was a huge plus. I was very close to them. Even in Colorado, we stayed in touch. And also I could play golf year round. And things went great the first couple of years. But then toward mid to late high school, I was truly broken, just from the brokenness of my family. It just got to a point where I was burned out. I had no desire to play golf. And so just put my golf clubs up, said no to many collegiate golf opportunities. My dreams with LPGA, just shut the door to all of that, and decided to go to college early. My senior year, I skipped my senior year of high school and went to Coastal Carolina University. And what did I do? Well, I looked to the world to solve my problems. And, when you're away from the Lord and your family's not going to church and it's broken the way ours was at the time, I just looked to, well, what's going to make me happy? And typical freshman year, and nothing made me happy. My void and emptiness continued. Then my maternal grandmother died, and that just spiraled me, because at this point, my grandfather passed a few years prior, and I lost my anchors in life, but losing them led me to the Lord. So I took off my sophomore year to Costa Rica to do an independent study, really more of an excuse to just go be worldly down in Costa Rica. Well, I go down there and the Lord's knocking on my heart gently, come back from that trip and decided, well, I need to go to another exotic location to solve my problems, and bought a one-way ticket to the island of Kauai, sold all of my belongings. And on my way to Hawaii, I was flying out of Atlanta at my sister's apartment, picked up a Billy Graham book, and the Lord opened my heart like he opened Lydia's heart. Everything made sense. And I had this incredible awareness of my sin. I was always blaming, if this person didn't do this, or, this blame, but the Lord just in a loving way allowed me to look at my own sin. And I went down to Oglethorpe University the same day that I read the Billy Graham book, and I was running the track. And on the 20th lap, which is mile 5, I just burst out in tears. And it's like every sin came before me, and I just asked for the Lord's forgiveness. And it was the start of me being born again. That was my Nicodemus conversion there, right there at Oglethorpe University. And it's been a journey. You know, the Christian walk is not always easy. My early 20s was challenging. But I had a turning point when I was 28 and gave birth to my 3rd son that really took me deeper and closer with my walk with the Lord. So that was 16 years ago now. So it's been wonderful.
What a story. Well, you mentioned something. You and I have had a number of conversations. You mentioned something about some particular testings and trials that you went through after the birth of your 3rd son, who I understand is quite the basketball player. And so, you know, I think maybe next Friday, that would be a good subject. Let's talk about that a little bit, you know, testings and trials and tough times. I know you've had your fair share. I've had my fair share. And so, Leaks family, there you go. You have just now met Meredith Kirk, our National Women's Director. And Meredith, you did an outstanding job telling your testimony in a brief amount of time. You just obviously got a hold of your heart. So, Links family, we'll see you guys next Friday. Meredith, I'll see you next Friday, and we'll talk some more.
Sounds great. I look forward to it.
Okay, great.